Welcome back into the Sports Source. This segment brought to you by the law offices of Ogle, Elrod, and Burrill. Whenever you find yourself in need of legal representation, these are the guys to call. Anything from family law to workers' comp to criminal defense to car accidents and personal injuries. You can turn to Ogle, Elrod, and Burrill, and you're going to get a whole team of attorneys right behind you. And when you call them, you're going to get answers from an attorney. Now, their team is great, the assistants, the paralegals who work there, but it's going to be an actual attorney who consults with you on your case. Ogle, Elrod, and Burrill. All right, back with Chuck, Bob, and Mike. Want to remind you that we will be doing a little bit of an overtime segment right after today's show that you can pick up on sportsource.tv a little bit later this afternoon. We'll put it on the website. You can check us out on Twitter. You see that right there. I will tweet when it's up. Hopefully it'll be up today. Barring any major malfunctions, we will discuss a little bit more of the media days stuff. All right. SEC keeps moving. Media days up on the calendar. It used to be the third week of July. Then they made it the second week of July. Now they've made it the first of the second week of July. It used to be the end of this week. They've stretched it from 3 days to 4. ESPN will hype it like never before because their new SEC network's about to launch. Is this thing a celebration for fans? Woohoo, football is here. Or is it an overhyped mess, a la Media Days at the Super Bowl?
It is a celebration for fans that doesn't live up to your expectations. And I'll go with the analogy of NFL preseason football. Everybody who's an NFL fan, Patriots, Vikings, Cowboys, are all excited when it gets here, and you watch that first quarter and go, meh. and I think this is what this is. You're glad it's here. You're glad people are talking football. But it gets old pretty quickly.
And like preseason football, I just watch Media Days hoping nobody gets hurt.
Yeah.
Don't tear up a knee, Mike's live. All right. Hype mess or celebration?
Well, I mean, I think it's really both. It starts out that, hey, that means the kickoff for the first game is a manageable time frame away. We're closer to where we're going to be playing, and let's see what they're going to be saying, and they're really not saying anything, you know. And then, so then it's just like, okay, you know, when's it over? But 4 days, give me a break.
Yeah.
I mean, do you really need 4 days of that? But that's better than watching the Miami spring game again or whatever else they've been showing over and over.
Mike, got about 30 seconds. I'll let you close it out. You're going to be down there.
It's both, and you know, when you're there,
you look excited as heck to be going down there.
It's a circus. It's a big deal, and I think the fans, if you give them a choice, would you rather just forget about it and not have it, or have it? I think fans would say, yeah, do it.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt anything. I think the idea that people are going to be taking off from work and watching 12 hours of coverage every single day, probably not going to happen. But I think obviously you watch your school, and you do want to see what Steve Spurrier says and how far they can push Nick Saban to make him mad.
And Bob's really going to be interested in that Arkansas outlet.
The Brett Bielema speech is going to be the one you're looking forward to. All right, thanks to these guys. We will see you right back here next week. Football season's here on the Sports Source.
The views expressed in this forum do not necessarily reflect those of WATE 6 or of 6 Sports. This has been a paid program.